My parents are like, man, you're gonna die trying to chase this money, and it's not. But they don't understand it's not about the money, because I already, knock on wood, all my cars are paid for, my house is paid for. It's not like I'm gonna get kicked out. It's just like it's a competition.
Yes,
it's like it's literally I'm just trying to. It's like I just don't want somebody to come take what I worked for. Plus, I'm like, I want to see how big we can make this. Like when we're like 50, we're like, dude, we did this.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hustle Up podcast, dedicated to all the movers and shakers out there grinding past a traditional 40-hour work week into those 50, 60, 80-hour weeks that only come from being passionate about what you do. We believe in life by design and not living a life on default. My name is Clint.
Jonathan.
And today we're sitting here with Ben Amor, the owner and founder of Cloud9.
Owner and founder of Cloud9.
Owner and founder of Cloud9 Smoke and Vape, as well as
We also do Wholesale. It's called SBK International.
Yeah, SBK International.
It stands for Sammy, Ben, Kareem, the three brothers.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Cloud9 has over 15 stores here in the Atlanta area and 2 more on the way. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have Memorial Drive, and then we have a store right across the street from the Avalon in Alpharetta. It's being built right now. It's going to be open in September.
That's a great location.
Yeah, really good location. We got lucky there.
So you've been on the grind for how many years now? Like, what does the initial startup story look like?
Okay, so when I got to college, there was no hookah bar, restaurant. My family was in the restaurant business.
Is this KSU?
Kennesaw State, yeah. We're in the restaurant business. There was no hookah bar. My parents wanted to come closer to me. They didn't want me to leave the nest. So we decided, let's open up a hookah lounge. We never served alcohol. My parents never wanted to. But it was just a little hookah bar. I found out where to get the tobacco from. We were selling tobacco at night from 7 to midnight. And
people would come in and smoke.
People would come in and be like, hey, can I buy some of that hookah home?
Yeah.
Take some of that hookah home. So we were selling it. And I was like, man, let's open that little store across the street and we can sell hookah tobacco all day. And it was just to sell hookah tobacco. And then people would come in and be like, hey, do you have a pipe or do you have a vape? And after I heard it a few times, I'd order it.
Yeah.
And then it just started going there. And man, it was only 700 square feet. The rent was only $700. It wasn't much risk.
Where was it?
Remember, it was still the same location, but it was in this super small closet. It was on next door to KB's in Lucky China.
This is on Wade Green?
On Wade Green.
Yeah,
that was the first
right across
one.
from West 22.
Yeah, we were before West 22.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad, little rundown little spot. They made it nice now. And from there we went to Canton because that's where my parents lived. And
you moved locations, or you opened a new one?
We opened the second one because Sammy was just getting old enough to run the second location. So I worked
in high school.
He was in high school.
Yeah.
He wasn't even old enough to work. He was only 17. But so he would work there. I'd work at Kennesaw 60, 70 hours. We didn't have no POS, no barcode. We wrote everything with our hands.
Oh my God.
There was no even barcodes most of the time. And so we were making up prices, having fun, discounting. That's why people started liking Cloud9. They knew they saw Ben there. He was gonna work you a deal.
Welcome to my parlor.
Yeah, exactly. What do you want to pay, man?
Yeah.
And after that, the reputation got big, and then we really hit a home run with the Windy Hill store. They said that the Braves were coming to Windy Hill. We went up there. We're like, all right, let's find the spot. Found a nice spot there. It took a couple years, but after the Braves and everything came, it's our best store right now.
What year was your freshman year of college? When did this timeline start?
End of 2010, but we started in the beginning of 2011, January or February 2011, and then we had the smoke shop. Cloud9 opened in the end of 2011, probably September, and we haven't looked back since.
It's quick progression though. Open the hookah shop. Pretty soon after that, you open the first location, and it's this idea of look, I see a need for it. People are asking me about it. Keep asking me about it. I'm gonna sell it. And then how long until the Canton store?
Canton store is about a year.
Yeah,
a year. It wasn't as fast. It's really hard.
You say that, but it's still quick progression.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard to get leases. It was really hard to get leases for smoke shops. People didn't know about it, and now you got to build your name, and now you have good references. It took a few years to get good references, and after we got landlords they just give us their store now.
Yeah.
We have one landlord who gave us 7 stores.
Nice.
But so it's been long. It's been fast. Now we're trying to go every 3 months open a new store. That's the company goal. So open every 3 months we open a new store.
Only in the state of Georgia, or?
Man, we're franchising. We're about to put one hopefully in Panama City Beach. My family has a condo there. They're there a lot. I have employees that want to go down there.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna go Panama, and then we're gonna try to hit like every SEC school.
So how are you deciding locations? How are you picking
At this
them?
point, we're blessed, man. Every city needs a Cloud9.
Yeah.
Like it's everyone, man. I didn't think Dallas would have worked. Ackworth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just now at this time, any city, Buford,
So you pick a city, and then, but then, all right. So you decide, all right, every city needs a Cloud9, and what about the street? What about like how are you saying? Okay, does this get a lot of foot traffic, or what's the process?
It's honestly, I gotta have road footage, and I love standalone buildings. 2 of our stores are standalone buildings. Freestanding buildings, you can do the graffiti on the outside, and but
Branded.
yeah. So and my graffiti guy is very good. He's like one of the best guys.
Give him a shout.
Vito, check out Under Construction 86 on Instagram. He's the best graffiti artist in Atlanta, but he doesn't do anyone else's smoke shop except mine. Yeah, but yeah. So man, everything's really consistent. I'm sure I don't know if you've seen everything. The floors are still the same color. I've always wanted to be like the McDonald's. Like it's just everything, the color, you know what you're gonna expect.
Yep.
You just know the juice is always the same. Every product. That's why our franchising is a lot more expensive than probably opening your own smoke shop. Is because we expect you to carry every SKU, every replacement piece that you can. That's why people come to Cloud9, because they know they have it, every style.
Whatever you need,
they have it. Like it's funny when other smoke shops call like yeah, just go to Cloud9. I'm sure they have it. Like.
You know, that's interesting what you were saying, because I think about it, and I read once what Starbucks does, and what they do is they match their exterior to match whatever environment they're in. But when you walk inside, it's always the exact same Starbucks, from where the counter is to what it looks like inside.
If you go to the Starbucks in Midtown, you'll see that. But if you go to the Starbucks in Kennesaw, like they look different on the outside, right? But when you go inside, it's a vibe.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Did we talk about this with Whole Foods recently?
We did, yeah. Except Whole Foods was the difference.
It was the opposite.
Yeah. Whole Foods is always looks the same on the outside, but it's different on the inside.
Yeah. I have no idea what
you go to the Midtown Whole Foods.
Yeah, we did just talk about that. So it's interesting that you brought it up, which means like if you're listening, it's definitely an important piece of growing a storefront kind of business.
Well, especially in my industry, because you got to think about it, man. Before, like maybe 10 years ago, people were scared to go into smoke shops. Like, people were like, if you said the B word, the bong,
oh sure,
kick you out.
Get out.
If before like the Farm Bill just got signed, we couldn't even sell. I got raided for selling CBD in 2015.
What?
Yeah.
What was that? What was that story?
I mean, my dad, he was friends with he said he was friends with a cop from back in the day when he owned a restaurant. He told him, he called him up. He said, "Hey, I'm selling CBD. Everything okay? Can you check it out?" Like
those laws change so quick.
Man,
too.
3 hours later, dude, I got busted in. They took all the CBD. They said they were gonna come arrest me if they found anything. They didn't find anything.
Yeah.
But it was a scare, so all the other shops around town were selling it, and I was just too scared to sell it.
Wow.
So I lost out on that, but now we've been selling it, and business has been good. CBD is the next, like, probably gold rush right now.
You think so?
I mean, it's only until the pharmaceutical companies come and scoop it up, because it works, man. I've seen even my dog. I give it to my dog, and he runs up the stairs way faster than I've ever seen him.
So what is CBD for someone who may have heard it before but doesn't know what it is?
So CBD, I like to explain it as when you smoke weed, you're gonna get the all in the head, and like what you're feeling is the head high. You're like you're tired. You're feeling, but when you get CBD's for the body. Like CBD, you're not gonna get anything in the head. It's not gonna impair your judgment, but it's just gonna make your back maybe feel a little better. Maybe if you have a rough day, you know. Maybe
but you can drive a car and go to work.
Yeah, it won't even affect you if you eat 200, 300 milligrams. Like if somebody wanted to go to sleep, they could. But if you ate a recommended dosage of maybe 50 milligrams an adult, man, you'll feel fine.
But I wanna stress though, they say this between like indica and sativa, right? The sativa's the head high, and the indica is more of the body high. This isn't like THC. It's not like an indica, right?
Well, I'll give you a little surprise, man. I'll give you a little secret. It's because it's from the hemp plant, unless where it's grown from. But most of it, like where we're taking it, it's just distillate. It's just literally just CBD.
Yeah.
But then they put like a little bit of terpenes, and they'll tell you it's sativa.
0.01
indica.
or something.
Yeah, like I sell stuff that says indica, sativa, but it's not like THC.
Yeah.
It's you know, like THC. It's like they grow the strain and.
But I think what he's asking is like the body high of an indica.
Or you're not gonna get no body high.
Okay, so when you say high, when you say you're not getting
for
that
the
head
body,
high,
It just
it's
feel
not,
for the body.
like you are not getting high.
Okay, yeah.
You
You're
can't
not feeling
eat
nothing.
12 of these.
No,
You're
gonna sleep though.
it's an anti-inflammatory, isn't it?
And yeah, it's anti-inflammatory. Man, I'll be honest with you. Everything they've said that it can do, like they say CBD, like you can say anti-inflammatory, anti-stress, anti-anxiety, MS, Parkinson's. Like people take it for everything.
It's a wonder drug.
It's man.
Wonder medicine.
I can't like say it does or doesn't, but everyone. I sell cream for your skin if you have cuts. I sell face masks. We have body lotions, bath bombs.
What sells well?
Always the pre-filled cartridges do really well. The tinctures under the tongues, and always
Those are the drops.
Yeah, and the edibles do really well because they're cheap. You can get they taste good.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. What about legalization of marijuana? Or you know how they've called it, like Forbes called it the green rush?
Yeah.
What do you think about that industry in comparison to CBD?
Oh man, I mean, I think when real because I have buddies that have dispensaries in Michigan, and they said CBD isn't as much sold like we're doing it here because they just have better options, in my opinion. If you can go, because CBD isn't cheap.
Well, why would you buy CBD when you can get?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you can get, if you're gonna spend $60 or $80 on a gram of wax, you might as well have THC in it. But that's how he says it. I don't think CBD is gonna be as big if legalization and full legalization comes.
Why? Because the pharmaceutical companies.
Well, just people. I feel like they're just gonna buy weed.
Well, it's gonna become a niche market, right? Like if your kid has seizures, you're still gonna want CBD. You're not gonna be wanting them to get high.
Yeah.
At the same time, at the moment that the demand drops, the price just tripled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the pharmaceutical companies just got involved. Sure.
So do you invest? Do you invest at all?
Man, I just invest back into the company, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to open up stores.
17 stores, one every 3 months.
That's crazy.
What the hell is your hiring process like?
Man, I got good employees. I got good management, top managers. I take care of them. I feel pretty well.
So maybe the guy who runs the Windy Hill shop.
Rob, you might have been talking about Dalton. I don't know if the one he has his car wrapped. I don't know if you've seen it.
I don't know if I've seen his car. I know he's always there, and he looks like he's in charge.
Is he a big dude?
Yeah.
Oh, Rob. Yeah.
What's up, Rob?
What's up,
hey,
Rob?
shout out Rob.
Yeah, Rob. How you doing?
Yeah, Rob
man?
knows.
Big Rob. Yeah, he's security and he's the manager.
Yeah.
That's tight, bro.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear because like and the fact that you're giving the credit to the whole team, but like culture starts at the top. Culture trickles down. And so to hear how you praise your team must be that you're doing a good job leading it and building that culture, which is why you say you have good employees. You think of someone who's may not be running a good culture, a company culture, they're not going to think, oh my God, I had to just have good employees. No, you're either not training them right or you're not motivating them right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, yeah, and I really believe because these guys are young. They see that I've sold franchises to employees. I made some managers, district managers, like with high-paying jobs.
You're a hometown hero.
Well, I feel like they see that they are going. I sell them a dream, but they really can buy this dream though if they work hard enough. So I try to.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? So I sell them the dream, and then they go fight for it. And you find the ones that are willing to fight for it, and you find the ones that are just here for a paycheck. And then you just you have to groom them, man. Like I had an employee, Hunter. Yeah, man, he was so good at sales, man, but only when he was motivated. And I just, man, then one time he'd be like, hey, man, you want to hang out? And I'll be like, man, if you can do $2,000 on your shift by yourself. And then he would call me, but I did $3,000. And then I realized, man, we just need to start all hanging out more.
Dude, that's it right there, bro. Like,
yeah,
if it's those little things. It's those I can't hang out with you until like you've hit your goals in business, like as a manager, which is also an interesting thing because, I was telling you briefly about how we lived in the Shouty house, up in Kennesaw too. We had 9 people living with us. Every conversation counted towards their motivation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because that line of friendship and employee gets really kind of hazy.
Yeah.
So you've got to protect that with goals.
Well, and the way it's always been for us is like, look, I make friends with everybody on our team, right? But it's always a work first mentality. So if I am your boss, I'm your boss first, and then I'm your friend.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't want to mix friends and business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree, man. I think my employees, they just love that. This is at least me, from like that 10 to like 7 or 8 that we're just working and grinding. We're just busting tail. But after that, dude, we're buddies, man.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, just go eat. Let's go bullshit. Let's hit the volcano.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff like that, man. We have a good time.
Nice.
That's cool. So you hang out with them. Like, would you say that your employees are like a close group of your friends at this point, or do you have like another close group of friends you hang out with, decoupled from work?
Man, it sucks, but yeah, man, I've lost. I may have not lost it. It's just I'm like I have to go make time for the guys. But now they became my friends. Because now I guess people will become your friends when they. Like, if somebody does so much, they've done so much and they care about you and stuff like that, you're like, dude, like, it's hard to make. He probably wouldn't have been my friend in high school, some of these guys.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, yo, you can tell he genuinely cares and about the company and stuff. You're like, yo, I want to surround myself by somebody like that.
I was talking about that with a lunch meeting I had earlier, and it's like, life is just a series of ever-changing perspectives and phases. And whatever your mindset or your spirits are in, or if they're aligned, that's even better, your highest frequency. If your alignment is focused on something and you're coming from, a different kind of environment, not necessarily a toxic environment, but something different, you're gonna be focusing on manifesting in different kind of relationships and situations and experiences. And right now, it seems to me that your main focus is wanting to franchise Cloud9. Like, for entrepreneurs like us, at least at this phase in our life, like, our well-being is contingent upon how our companies are doing. There's an element of emotional detachment, but we're trying to build something young with urgency for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
Let's get it done. So your well-being is like, I really want to fucking do this. You got to make it happen. And, it's like anyone who's not focused on that being the mission, it's like, do you really have time right now? Exactly. And if so, like, where is that? Are you going to make the time? Because your focus is like.
Another element of it too is that, all right, I want to hang out with you more often. So what do? We start a podcast. We start a networking group, right? So if you're making time for friends, like, why not start with Dylan? Let's start a business together, dude. So we're you're going into business with your homies. Yeah,
I mean, you're a perfect example. You're in business with your brothers.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's what I think made the family super tight too. We eat dinner together. We always. It's just. Man, it's beautiful. One guy, Sammy, he's so good with computers. I don't know nothing about computers, man. I don't even know how to use Excel, really. How far I got, And my little brother, he loves to read books, and he loves, he reads the books for me, and he gives me a synopsis of what I should do.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the time to even read the books.
Yes, dude.
So I'm like, yo, dude, did you read that Franchising for Dummies book? And he's like, yeah, man. So this is what he did. This is what he did. This is what he did. I'm like, thank you, dude.
Yes, bro.
I was like,
yes.
Yeah. So I was like. And then my parents, like, when you were talking, to get back on your subject, my parents are like, man, you're going to die trying to chase this money. And it's not, but they don't understand it's not about the money, because I already, knock on wood, all my cars are paid for. My house is paid for. It's not like I'm going to get kicked out. It's just like, it's a competition.
Yes.
It's it's literally, I'm just trying to, it's like, I just don't want somebody to come take what I've worked for. Plus, I'm like, I want to see how big we can make this. Like, when we're like 50, we'll be like, dude, we did this.
Yes, bro. And how old are you now? You're 26?
I'm 27. I'm
27, dude.
In September,
Dude.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. So I'm full force, me and my brother, because I'm like, if we do this now, because I spend a lot of my money, I guess, like, out when I go do stuff, but for what I make, I'm very humble. Like, I'm not stupid, you know?
You're smart. You're saving more, putting more into the company.
Exactly, man. Like, that I could be. And I just don't do stupid stuff. Like, people are like, yo, what? Like, I don't go buy tables, and you don't see me on, like, social media. You see me eating good all the time.
All the time.
I eat good, dude.
That boy be eating the crap.
I always eat good, man. But I'm not doing. You're not gonna see me go do stupid, just burn money just to burn it.
Yeah.
Because dude, I want to see this grow.
Sure.
I want to see this become because I think I got in this niche and like how Chris said, used to tell me, he's like, man, the riches are in the niches.
Chris
Hanks.
Shout out Chris Hanks.
Shout out to Chris Hanks. He told me riches are in the niches, and I always took that, man.
That's
Writing it
awesome.
down. That's a criticism I have not
Dude,
heard
that might
yet.
be the name of this podcast.
Yeah, riches are in the niches. You gotta find your little thing and just run with it, man.
Dude, that is a fire gem.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris Hanks for
Yeah,
that one.
man.
Dude, thank you for
Shout
bringing
out
that to the
Kennesaw State.
podcast.
Shout out Kennesaw State
Shout out Ben Amor. Yeah, dog. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, dude, that is incredible. So what do you see like being like, and we can bring it back, but now that we're just on like, my mind is on moving fast.
Tangent after tangent. Let's
Yeah,
go.
where are you gonna be in 5 years? What's your goal?
Man, I promise. That's why I want 100 stores. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Say it right now. Say I will have 100.
I will have 100 stores.
You saw that.
5 years. You heard it here
2024,
first.
man.
Let's go.
100 stores. It's gonna be. That's the game plan. That's what we're all working for. We're buying our warehouse instead of renting. Like
How many states?
man, hopefully we'll be in every continent.
Yeah.
man.
Let's
Like
go.
that's what. Man, it's just everything's going so fast. And thank God we're manufacturing and stuff, so we have different markups.
Yeah.
Like so, it's a blessing, man. Like everything is just coming in so fast, and I'm just trying to keep up.
Now, how'd you get in the manufacturing side? Because you didn't start there, right?
No, man,
Sure.
I had no idea. It was honestly scary wiring China some money because
Yeah.
like you go, what are you gonna tell when they don't send you your package? You know. Like,
Mhm.
Now, are we talking about glass here? Are we
no,
talking about
we do
vapes?
glass, we do vapes,
Yeah,
we do
CBD.
no CBD. That's one thing. We most the best CBD is really coming around from like Kentucky, Colorado, like people with good farm hemp programs. But CBD, that's for Americans. Like just keep it in the country clean. But first glass, that's when everything's changed, man. Like before jewel pods came, now Athens sells almost $2,000-$3,000 a day in jewel pods. In jewel pods, it's crazy, man. Football season, they sell $3,000 in jewel pods a day, and it's just like. The whole
start
world's changed.
Stealing
man.
everybody's jewel when you're at the
Yeah.
bars. Oh!
Well, everyone drops them, loses them, but it's just like, man, when I opened it, there was no jewel. Like, that's how we're just going so fast.
Yeah.
There's no CBD.
That whole space has, when you open them, there probably weren't vapes, right?
There's no vapes.
Yeah, no vapes.
It
And
was
that
just-
whole space grew up so fast.
But it was just different, though, like, because there's no vapes, people were buying a higher priced glass. Like, everyone, when you wanted a pipe back in the day, you were spending $400 or $500.
Yeah.
Now people come in, they see, like, gas stations carrying it, and
Yeah.
you gotta adapt. Now you have $60 pipes. So what we were making killer markups on the glass, we're now super small markups, and now we're just selling vape juice that has healthy markups and stuff. Everything just changes. It's crazy. You gotta just adapt. Adapt.
So you're gonna like, you want to build 100 stores in the next 5 years, and that's what about on the wholesale side, or like, is that like what was the word Mike was using, magnum opus?
Yeah, it's magnum opus.
Is that like the big thing that's gonna happen in 5 years?
Well, the way I like GNC as an example because GNC is the biggest wholesaler in the whole world for like supplements is GND, General Nutrition Distribution, is their wholesale company. But I want at that point just have my stores, even if I don't wholesale to other stores anymore, my stores are doing, buying, because they have to buy everything from me.
Yeah, it's just like double dipping kind
So
of.
yeah, you're buying everything from me at the normal markup, and everything stays separate with just good for taxes, and so hopefully the wholesale is that's really what we're trying to grow, man. That's
The wholesale.
The wholesale. It's because I'm just 100% in the retail because there's a competition, man. Like I have competition here that have stores that are wholesale that do better wholesale than me.
Really?
They do better wholesale than me, but they can't because they don't focus on the retail. But when you come in their retail store, you're like, what the hell is this? But my retail stores, when you come in there, it's like everything is just drawn out. Like I'm just a big retail. Like I love retail. It's what makes me like I like to go talk to people, sit in the stores. But yeah, some people like wholesale and they do move inventory and move volume, but I don't think you get the same experience when you go to their stores.
That's interesting. Do you think it has to be a trade-off, or do you think someone can master the art of both wholesale and retail?
Man, I haven't seen anyone really do it excellent both. Like even GNC is their stores like, you know, they don't even supply POS systems. If you want a POS system in your franchise, you can have it. But if you want somebody to steal it, you can steal it. Like they've went so focused on the wholesale that they just like, you know, franchise owners buy. And I understand because I have a franchise owner, and if he's buying $100K product a month, it's easy to forget about your store, you know. So it's because he's making it and you're not doing nothing. You're making 20 grand a month off him.
Do you think you could come up with the right system to kind of regulate both sides and make it and be the first to do it?
I don't think I'm gonna make the system, but I got lucky I have a brother that's gonna do all the wholesale.
So but within your, you've got the capacity to
I
do it.
think if I step back and I'm like, yo, Sammy, this is yours eventually, and obviously we'll still split everything 50-50.
Yeah.
But Sammy, this is yours, and I'm gonna go focus 100% on the retail. I don't like wholesale, man. Like I don't even like dealing with the small margins and stuff like that. It just doesn't. It's not fun. It's just heavy weight lifting and pallets, and it's not. But I like selling retail, so I think maybe eventually I'll take the retail, Sammy take the wholesale.
Yeah.
And what about Kareem? What does he do?
Kareem, he's just the smart one, so he's gonna do like all maybe the numbers, and he does all the hookah ordering. That kid loves hookah. Sammy likes the vapes, and I like the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how we got lucky on that.
That's
Kareem
funny.
loves the hookah, and he's at UGA right now, so he watches over, gets the cash drops at the Athens store.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's for being a far store and being a very high volume store. It's 10,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all gotta come check it out, dude. 3
Most
stories.
def.
Yeah.
3 stories?
3 stories. It's badass too, man.
The one in Athens?
Yeah, it's sick, man.
Oh,
It's right over
nice.
all over, and you like when you go upstairs, you like that's where we pregame. We have like nice little tables and for game day.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fun spot, man.
So what kind of stuff do you guys do for marketing? Like not digital, but like do you do anything special?
Can you do
Billboards.
digital marketing for like I know you can't for cigarettes, right?
No, Instagram kicked us off a long time ago.
Yeah.
Facebook has kicked us off a long time ago. But we combat to we get billboards. Billboards seem to work pretty well for us.
Billboards,
yeah, because I do short lease billboards that just like tell you what's going on now. Like it's like you'll see a CBD one, and then you'll see a Juul one, and then you'll see like so it's I don't just keep that just a low. And then like I think people, well, I learned, they said in business school, we learned that it's brand recognition. People know you're a legit
right,
company.
yeah.
They're like, yo, they're not gonna steal from me. They're not gonna rob me. They're
You got
real.
fire name
Yeah.
too.
Also, it takes about 7 touches to get someone's attention, and so if someone's driving past a few of your signs every day with the Cloud9 logo on it, I mean, that's like subconscious brand recognition. And anytime you see it, it's like, oh, Cloud9. Like now, if you pull up in a shopping center where there's 2 smoke shops, you're gonna like innately want to go with the one that resonates visually. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. And then also another thing we learned from Kennesaw, they said was that's why I stopped like giving discounts. I just give free stuff like free T-shirts, free dab mats, free papers, Cloud9 papers, free Cloud9 bigs. Like it's just a walking billboard. It's just like now that we're like, yo, if you spend a lot of money on the website, you get stickers, you get lighters, you get this. So you're gonna put it on your laptop. I think with how much money we just spend on just giving stuff away with our logos on it, I think that's eventually, because now if you hashtag Cloud9 Gang on Instagram, it's over maybe 10,000
Really?
posts. Yeah.
Yeah. They can't get rid of your hashtag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's hard. Do you do any kind of experiential marketing? Like you said, you set up something for game day in Athens. Do you guys sponsor events or throw events?
Yeah, man. I think we got lucky. We're known as like sort of like the celebrity smoke shops.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We've had
How did you build that?
let me see. Who was the first celebrity we did this with? Maybe was it Burner? Y'all know Burner? The guy
Yeah,
from
yeah, he's got his
Cookies
own
and stuff.
stream,
Yeah, he
yeah.
got his cookies and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Big time. I saw him. His manager one time posted he posted like, yo, if you want me to come to your smoke shop or dispensary, call this number. I called him, and he came. We had a crazy turnaround.
He just put out a song with Kevin Gates.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then, so we had a good turnaround with him. His manager got us in touch with like Dizzy Wright.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we brought Dizzy Wright, and then Waka Flocka started this
That's
brand of
scary.
grinders. Yeah, he had a grinder brand. He's with a big company, Phoenician, and they told me if I can buy like a large quantity. I still have some Waka Flocka grinders. Yeah, but they asked me if you buy it like this, we'll probably get them at the store. But he was actually a legit and genuine guy. He brought a big party, big crowd.
Really?
Yeah, it was a good time. He signed everyone's grinder.
That's fine.
Yeah, so and then man, I'll be honest, you see a lot of Atlanta Hawks players coming in after the season. You see T-Pain, he comes in a lot to our Sandy Springs store. He buys a lot of CBD. He's a good guy. Man, pretty much Shaquille O'Neal buys his hookahs, tobacco, and stuff from our Windy Hill store. So like after that, we take pictures with them, and they're cool. Usually I'll throw them like a free mob or something. But hey man, you want to take a picture with this? I'll give it to you for free.
Nice.
And they're cool. We put it on our Instagram. So I think people are like, yo man, like this is like where the celebrities come stop.
That's legit.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, no, experiential marketing is definitely something that like because I'm super into marketing too. Experiential marketing to me is something that's super important because it creates like that element of brand loyalty. It personifies you, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, by bringing these different kind of people in there from the sports and from music, you're adding culture. Like you're not just the shop that sells, vape, CBD, and pipes. You're the shop that sells an experience. Like, and that comes back to what you were talking about of aesthetically setting it up inside, right? That's part of the experience. Having these celebrities and taking pictures with them is like, it's personifying. It's like making it cool. Like it's not characterless. It's not emotionless.
I love, yeah, you said it perfectly, man. Like I think once they see a celebrity doing it, it's so much more socially acceptable. Because you got to remember, Cloud9, we don't sell no like novelties or sex videos or toys or so like people, that's what they have in their back, because back in the day, like it was in the 80s, 90s or whatever, you go to a smoke shop, that's what you see.
It was like those were one.
There was just stores, like just counterculture stores.
Yeah.
And now that we brought the class, we took it out and we brought the glass back into it, like just nice glass. If you're not into glass, you can probably get you a nice hookah. If not into that, we have every kind of vapor, and then we have every CBD. There's no like weird thing that's gonna pop out and bite you or scare you.
Yeah.
Cloud9. That's why I think we have a lot of older customers. We don't play the hard rap music. There's a lot of Bob Marley when you walk in, or Revolution, or
so just chill frequencies.
Just relax, yeah, man. Our salesmen are trained not to push.
Yeah, no, that's super important. That's one thing that Steve Jobs would talk about with Apple is they never put pricing on any of their documentation. Like you would see a commercial and there would be no pricing on it.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, you never see pricing on any Apple stuff, and it's for that same reason. It's like, are you into Gary Vee at all?
Yeah.
You know how he's got the book, what is Jab, Jab, Hook?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's about. It's like add value, ask for value. Whereas if you've got salespeople that are pushing people, it's like buy this, buy this, buy this. So, and which is an interesting point. Like, how do you separate that? Like, how do you provide good customer service in that capacity?
Well, I mean, my brother, I wish I remember the book we listened to going down to Florida. It was like
big into audiobooks?
Yeah, big into audiobooks. I was trying to remember. It was about a brand. I wish Sammy's gonna have to come on this show and tell you.
Fuck yeah.
It's about like how the employee is just a guide.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like
culture something.
Something about like how. Well, I'm trying to remember, but the employee is just the guide of what he's trying to solve the problem that you're just trying to get solved. And like, so when he comes in there, he's gonna explain why you want the most expensive one.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna last you longer. The warranty is much better. But if that's not your cup of tea, he's gonna explain the cheaper one, but he's still gonna show you why the most expensive one is the best. He's gonna show you the Wolf Duo, for instance, is our most expensive cartridge battery.
How much is it?
It's $49.99.
Okay.
So a $10 one will work.
Yeah.
But they explain to you. So we train them like, listen, you're gonna show them the Wolf Duo first, because it's hard. It's easy to go down. It's hard to start from cheap and then go up.
Right.
So you show them the $50 one. If it's too out of the price range, man, you go to the $27 Panda Mini. And then it's that the Panda Mini is the best one for your buck. It's the best one under $30. It'll always work.
Wow.
So it's like they're giving you the why you want this one now. This one is it's under $30. It works every time. It's micro USB. And then if they just can't do it, man, we have the run of the mill.
Yeah.
We tell you. hey man, it might not be good for another 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, so you just really kind of start with the most important one, which is why it's the most. This thing keeps shutting off, so but it's the most important one. So you gotta like dial it back, but at the same time, so while you're showing them from as a business owner who knows the product why the most important one costs the most, you're also at the same time trying to make it congruent to their needs.
Exactly.
And it's like, that's, to me, that's almost like, so I was never in retail, so to me, I have no idea how to, I mean, I'm in sales, it's the same thing,
Yeah.
but like, as far as retail, that capacity, that's an art, is figuring out how to, in real time, calibrate to the customer to help, to make it a win-win situation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
which is fascinating, because like, that's like, you know, my sales cycle is 3 to 6 months for selling software.
Yeah.
Yours is 3 to 6 minutes. You got
Yeah.
30 seconds to get their attention and keep it.
Exactly. And there's just, with so much competition, there's vape shops popping up, CBD shops popping up. Man, when I started, there was only me on that road. Now I got like maybe 6 other.
How many employees total do you have?
We just broke 100, man.
Fuck yes, dude.
Yeah,
Let's
we
go.
just broke 100.
Congrats.
Thank you, man. It's and it's crazy. I can probably tell you everyone's name.
Yeah.
I could probably literally tell you every single employee's
That's
name.
amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's maybe if somebody's training or not right now, maybe I wouldn't, but
Yeah.
I could tell you probably every single guy's employee's name.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
What about, okay, so as a business owner, I once heard that you can care about 3 things: your product innovation, your competition, or your customer/market. If you had to rank those in order of what you focus on the most, is it product, competition, or market/customers?
100%, at least for us. We don't really care about the competition.
Yeah.
I know, you know, the book, it's the, like, you do yourself so well that the competition's irrelevant.
What book is that?
I'm trying to remember. It's
the same one?
No, it's a different book. Man, I mean, it's just audiobooks. We ride to Panama. But
Yeah, if you can find them out, send them to me, and I'll put them in the description
Yeah.
below the video.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do our thing, because man, I know I can't beat everyone's price. It's just, I have a high overhead. There's different markets. I have 2 people working it all the time, usually just an owner operator.
Yeah.
I can't. So what I'm gonna have to do is present it why you should pay a little more from coming. You're gonna get people who's gonna explain it to you. If something breaks, we might return it for you, help you out.
Yeah.
So I think you're going in there knowing that it's like Whole Foods. You might spend a little more, but you're gonna probably get a better experience.
Yeah.
Because I can't be the cheapest smoke shop anymore.
No.
It's just it's just too many little.
But it's like
pops.
it's like, why would I want to use Comcast in their customer service if I could use
Google Fiber.
Yes.
Shout out Google Fiber.
Dude,
Yeah.
anything else, like any kind of technology, like, you know, why would I even want cable if I can have Netflix, HBO,
Yeah.
Hulu, and get in touch with those companies with a little chat button that they have on the side of their website?
Instantly.
Yeah, and that's the technology version, and but again, it ties back to the experience.
Yeah.
And if your focus is building that experience from everything, like how you disseminated that information about the sales, where you have to make their needs congruent with what you know about the products, and then creating that element of aesthetics within your retail space, and creating the right kind of marketing through billboards, like all of that adds in, and then the celebrity piece too.
Yeah.
Like that is like all your big, and most importantly, the culture. That how it all trickles down. Like you see how it like all comes full circle off the decisions that you and your upper management make. And as long as you guys are focused on like creating the experience, then Cloud9 will always be the celebrity smoke shop.
Yeah.
You mentioned.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, man.
You mentioned earlier getting your employees to buy into the dream, and they got to work for it, but it's there. What does that look like, or employee incentive look like when somebody starts?
Man, I think I can. I don't know. I feel like I have like a very like selling way of like selling you like, listen, man, you're gonna whatever you put in this is what you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
You can make this a little college job if you want for a couple months or a year or whatever. And man, if you stay at what you started, you're not doing it right. Because I give raises really easy, which are really fast. Because I got to keep the good people. Like when I find you, I want to leech on you.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go nowhere. Like even if you're paying, like if you make, you know, like if I have to cater to you and stuff, like I'll do it because I would rather keep the good people around. Because Man, it's crazy to think about how many of my employees have told me like, yo, I think somebody might be stealing. When you would think that they would be buddies with the employee, like they would just let it brush under, but they care about the company.
They're loyal.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
cool. Like when you're like, yo, dude, I think you should watch that. I'm like, damn, dude, you work like 4 shifts a week with him, and you think that's pretty, like, you know, it's like you actually care about Cloud9 more than you care about your friendship with this guy. You know, like it's pretty cool. Like when you see like employees that do stuff like that for you, when they call you like, yo, another employee's not doing this because he didn't have to.
Yeah.
He's not getting paid any more or any less for it.
What about any type of, are any commissions, or if people hit a certain volume?
Yeah, the store's goals. Yeah, they'll get 1% of their sales plus some employees are on salary, most management, but yeah, your hourly will go up. It just depends on like really sales.
Recruitment's 24/7. What do you start at?
$9 an hour, and then you can make 9 to 12 if you're just in general sales, and if you get into management, it goes up but this is all plus commission.
Yeah.
So I mean, probably.
So if you start out at $9 an hour, you can also get commission as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
1%
get
of your
1%
sales
of
to start.
sales. So about if you do 20 grand that month, you get another $200 on top.
Wow, that's
Yeah, so you do about $200 plus, and the managers get they're gonna get 1% of the whole company, the whole store sale. So if the store did 180 grand, they're getting $1,800.
Do you guys sell digitally as well?
Yeah, man. Check out cloud9smokeco.com. That's the only place you can really get like Illadelph online. That's what we sell a lot of. Any Medicales, Toros, the higher end stuff, man. You can probably find cheaper stuff on other websites, but you're not gonna find the quality of glass that we carry.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's tight. So do you put any attention into that, or is that Sammy's lane?
No, dude. Me and Sammy have been. We had like 5 people working on it. We didn't realize it when we started, man. Like if I knew it was this much, I don't even know how to put this. Now I've just dumped so much money into it.
Yeah.
It's like you just keep it going.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like it's not in the black at all, thank God. But it's just, dude, it's starting to cost a lot more money, a lot of shipping products, a lot of employees.
It's not in the red?
Or yeah,
you want it to be in the black.
I apologize.
You're good.
Yeah. So it's not. I mean, it's making money, man, but it's not making the money that for how much money. Like if I put this money in the store,
have you recouped your investment? Oh, it's just not. It's not making as much as what's
like what you could put in the store at the time.
Interesting.
And it's just because, man,
Opportunity cost.
You got to remember, man, this stuff's handmade. It's not like I have 1,000 of these sitting around that I can just keep selling. Once it's sold, it's sold.
Well, just think about how many empty shopping centers there are right now, and that's because digital sales or online shopping has become so big.
Yeah.
So that's almost a blessing for you that yours is kind of. It seems like your business model is the older version because more people are buying in stores, but that's what resonates with your market.
Well, it's just you can't. Yeah, well, you're not gonna want to buy a piece probably without holding it or feeling it. And then second off, if it's handmade, the guy can't just Amazon it and just do the cheapest price. Like he has to take his time, and the company probably can only make 100 a week.
Yeah.
Think about if something breaks, you want to go get something.
So there's no power
immediately.
seller. There's no like power seller of this stuff. Like if I'm a power seller, I'm still waiting 4 or 5 weeks for my container.
What about keyword marketing or Google Ads? Are y'all running online marketing?
Yeah, man. That's what we just signed up with a guy who's doing our SEO for us, but it's like high level SEO. It's not like the guy that you knock on your door. This guy's spending probably 40-50 hours a week on it now.
Wow.
But he's given us 25,000 SEO keywords. Like that's what we agreed on. He showed us the competition, the guy that's leading the space right now.
Cool.
And he's doing every single keyword they have, and I think that guy's better. He's worked for Mercedes, worked for Home Depot.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. He's not cheap, but I realized, man, that how much money I've messed with amateurs. You gotta get a professional, dude.
Yeah.
I've wasted a lot more money messing with amateurs than I should have just went straight to the professional.
Yeah. So at Hustle Up, kind of why we started this podcast is because we like to take what we learn from books, videos, and podcasts, audiobooks, right? Take that stuff, but what I think a lot of people in our generation may have a lot of ego or self-doubt or fear that prevent them from taking action. So we called the podcast Hustle Up to say, you've got the mindset, or at least let us help, let's all develop this mindset and then take the steps forward and act. So I like to try and get like actionable items, right? So like you've had an awesome story, but someone would have to be super aware of business to be like, you did this right, you did this right, and you've done so many things right.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, that was a long way to get to here, but my
Yeah.
question to you is, what are some pieces of advice that you would give yourself or warn yourself about moving forward in any capacity, whether it be on the retail or wholesale side?
Oh man, so what I would avoid making. I'm blessed to have the mistakes though, because I did learn a lot from them. But man, it's just the people you think you could trust. First off, I wouldn't think I would ever hire friends, just because I don't have it was hard to say, man, like, hey, I need you to go pick this up and clean this up and do this, and they wouldn't either take it serious or they feel like that I'm treating them like they're not my friend anymore. So I probably wouldn't mix business as much as I did when I first started. Because when I first started, it was just fraternity, get brothers, it was whoever, like, it was homies. But they thought they could come at 10:30 when the store opened at 10, because it's Ben stop, it's my homie's shop.
Yeah.
So that probably.
Which is, don't hire friends at the beginning.
Probably not at the beginning. When they get older and you're like, yo, this is a real company and there's a manager that'll fire me.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's
one of the things that we've talked about at length has been not hiring friends to do the stuff you don't want to do, right? Like, as you're leveling up, there's things that are time distractors, they're time wasters. And so not hiring friends to do that stuff, but instead going into business with your friends in ways that you can get money with your friends.
Yeah,
right?
that's the way to do it. Or
which sounds like, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I would.
But selling them the vision that they can buy into.
And there's so many younger, like maybe like an 18, 19-year-old kid that is willing to do that stuff. If you just show them like, like, I'm gonna mentor you through this or whatever, and you're gonna learn from us.
And that's one thing Gary Vee also talks about, is don't be scared to ask people to do things if you know that you can offer them disproportional value.
Exactly.
If you know that if you go get me whatever I need because I'm too busy to do right now, you're gonna 10x in some capacity, whether it's a job with me later or whether it's knowledge on a specific, which it sounds like you're doing. So that's a good one. So I would sum that up into, don't hire your friends unless you have a way to create an opportunity for them.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved what you said about disproportionate value.
That Gary Vee said it.
Yeah.
Shout out Gary Vee.
And man, I wish I utilized technology a lot more earlier, like more of like POSs and stuff, like just like the more inventory. Because like, dude, I'm sitting on a lot. I mean, if I would be lying if I didn't tell you I've thrown away maybe $100,000 a year of just like dead stuff, dude. You can't sell it now. Nobody wants old coffee juice, or nobody wants those old vape mods that look like samurai swords, and and so I mean, if I knew about the POS and I knew how to order, and like we had reorder points and just like a lot of stuff that technology would have prevented me from, I would have saved the money on the inventory. I would have had all of it already in place.
Is that stuff that was in existence and you weren't utilizing it?
Yeah,
or
it was in existence. I just didn't have the money for it, really. I mean, I'm trying to do everything on myself.
So that was the problem, is the solution that you brought someone on your team who knows how to do it and can monitor all of that?
Well, I just got a new POS system. They came trained.
Clover, Square.
We had to get rid of Clover.
Yeah.
That thing was pretty. Clover wasn't bad for one store.
Yeah.
Clover, it can do everything, but when you started getting into multiple stores and you needed POSs from SBK, the warehouse, to take the invoices and add, we use Springboard. So Springboard is really good for multiple store chains.
That's nice. That's what's up. So what else? Are there any more you could think of?
Advice
to your younger self. Or advice to somebody else getting into your space.
Man, I'm lucky. It's just my dad. I'm telling you, I made it a lot. I was making good money, and I've seen people my age that were in the same industry making a lot of money. And dude, they blew it all, dude. My dad just kept
grounded.
Just kept me tight, dude. Just kept me tight. And I was like, because I didn't care about, when I had 1 or 2 stores, I didn't care about growing. I cared about, let's go to Buckhead and see, but dude, you kept holding. And then now that I'm at like 5, 6 stores, I'm like, this is a drug. Like, let's open more and more. But I think, knock on wood, I was grounded. I didn't get to spend like as much money. I was real tight with my money. I think I try, if I can't afford it, a few of them, then I won't buy it.
We were talking about that rule the other day. That's like a rule that I think Warren Buffett came up with it, or someone to that capacity is if you can't afford two, you can't afford one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, which brother is the most wild?
I mean, they're gonna say me, and I know it's me, man. I got some calm brothers, man.
I got another question about financing new stores. So, are you self-financing all of these? Have you had to raise investment, or are you going to banks? What to open 4 new stores a year, or at one every 3 months? Got to come up with some capital, right?
I mean, dude, knock on wood, I've never taken a loan.
Let's go.
Never taken a loan. I started my dad with like 40,000 in credit cards and stuff in this little store, but there's no vapes, there's no juice back then.
Yeah.
And man, we just worked it, no payroll. We didn't have to pay like the taxes on like a lot because we were working it. And we just kept working, and then we opened the second one, third one. And then when your warehouse is because it's full of inventory, you can just open another store. You're like, yo, I already have it sitting here. Just order more on the next batch. Because they refill the store every week with boxes. So, and we just we front the money to the store from the wholesale, and then every like month we just cash their checks that they keep them coming.
Nice.
So everything's been self-funded. We never had a loan, and I'm proud of that, man.
That's
Let's
awesome.
go.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Huge.
How many hours a week or a day would you say you work?
Man, I promise you, I'm in the warehouse at least from 10 to 7. So but until my eyes wake up, man, like just the emails but I'm not complaining. I sort of like it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, because I'm at home and stuff, I'm like bored. And I'm like freaking out thinking like the world's going on without me or something.
I saw a sticker on somebody's phone that said "never not working." I fuck with that so much. It's like, that's right.
It's if you like you guys, like, man, like we're working, I guess technically we're on
Absolutely.
a podcast.
We talked about this last night.
This is cool, man.
Work.
Yeah, this is cool. Like, dude, I'm gonna grab some food later, and man, I had a good time, you know.
That's fire. So you seem like a pretty like grounded, like not high ego kind of person, and you're doing this so young. Like, do you read a lot? Like, what contributes to that mentality? Because I know how you were in college. You know how I was in college, bro. Like, we were in fraternities. Like, we had fun, right?
Yeah.
But we had that moment where something, like, and you even talked about it just a minute ago, how you had, when you had 1 or 2 stores, there was Buckhead, and now it's growth. And you talked about your dad, but what else contributed to that?
Man, I think it's dude, I think it has something to do, not like, I don't have much of an ego, but you have to have some kind of ego to like be like, yo, I can do this. I know a lot of people don't think I can do this, but
to believe in yourself.
But yeah, I'm like, yo, I know I can do this, and like I'm like, yo, I'm gonna whatever it takes. Like, cause man, when I first started Cloud9, I was just putting little like stickers on. I don't know, you saw them on campus on the trash cans all the time.
Of course.
I was just stopping. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, man, we're gonna make it work. And I was like, so, I guess I was just so
that constant pursuit.
Man. And there was just, dude, when I was a little younger, man, I was just hungry. I'm still hungry now, but it was different because I was hungry just to like pay rent.
Yeah.
You know, it was a different kind of hunger. Like, it was like, yo, stack, dude. Like, I can buy new tires for my car.
Yeah.
And now it's a different kind of hunger. It's like bigger numbers. And
it's 100 stores in 5 years.
Hunger, yeah.
It will do it.
It will be 100 stores in 5 years. Well, dude, do you got any more questions?
We're good.
Man, this has been really incredible. I didn't know, like...
I'm piped up.
Dude, so I'm just going to go ahead and sum it up, bro. First off,
hey, bro,
thank you, bro.
guys. Hey, I had a great time, man. Thank you, guys.
Important from this is riches are in the niches.
Riches are in the niches.
And experience is everything. And like Ben said, just to summarize his story, he created an experience through his culture that has people wanting to buy into a larger vision and be loyal to the brand. You don't find that a lot, or I don't know if you do, but statistically, people are leaving jobs like once every 3 years. So that's one thing. Another thing is adding the experience through digital marketing, SEO, and billboards. Creating the experience of having a retail store set up with certain aesthetics, whether it's spray paint on the outside or a certain structure where you can see the glass pipes on the inside. A lot of different things. Customer service and sales that caters to the customer. You got to find a balance between what they want and what you know about the product as far as it being the best. Find congruencies. Create the ultimate experience in every way possible. There's a lot of value in this episode, and we're going to make clips from it, and it's going to be awesome, and it's going to bring anyone who wants to open up a storefront or any kind of shop a lot of value. So Ben, where can people find you?
Man, check me out. First off, if you are anyone's interested in Cloud9 franchising, check out our website, cloud9smokeco.com. Check out the tab franchising. Or if you're just looking for a job or maybe a career, type in, click on the careers tab. Plus, you can find me, or anybody want to email me. It's just ben@cloud9smokeco, cloud9smokeco.com. So
Beautiful, man. Well, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Clint.
Yo, Hustle Up bringing you to the, Hustle Up.
June 25th.
Oh yeah, June 25th we got an event, Hustle Up. It doesn't just mean grind harder.
See
It
you
means
there.
hustle up to your highest frequency. Be a high frequency individual. Comment below if you have anything you want to say. Ben will reply if we get any comments. We'll reply, obviously. Smash that subscribe button, share it, spread the message, share the love, and don't forget, hustle up!
hustle up!
Yes, sir.